Hi everyone, so in this video I'm going to show you how to crochet these granny square triangles with a bobble edging. So for my triangles I used a 4mm crochet hook and I am using US terms. So thank you very much for watching and please subscribe to my channel for more crochet videos. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to make a magic circle. So to do a magic circle you want to take your yarn and you want to take your finger and you want to wrap the yarn around your finger once and then you want to wrap the yarn back over your finger to create a cross, like that. You then want to take your crochet hook and go underneath the first loop of the cross and then using your crochet hook pick up the second loop of the cross and pull it through. You can then take your finger out and you have a magic circle. So we are now ready to move on to round one of our granny triangle. So we are now on to round one of our granny triangle or our granny square triangle, and we're going to start off by chaining 3. So chain 1, 2 and 3. And this chain 3 counts as your first double crochet. So we are now going to work 2 double crochets into the magic circle. So to do a double crochet, you want to yarn over and go into the magic circle, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through the final 2 loops on your hook. So that is 1 double crochet and we're going to work a second one. Like that. So this here counts as 3 double crochets. So we are now going to chain 3. So chain 1, 2 and 3. And we are going to work 3 more double crochets into the magic circle again. So we have 3 double crochets here and a chain 3. Our chain 3 that we did at the beginning counts as 1 double crochet. And we're going to work 3 more double crochets into the magic circle. So yarn over and go into the magic circle and work a double crochet and then a second and then a third. Like that. And you now want to chain 3 again. So chain 1, 2 and 3, and you want to repeat that again. 3 more double crochets into the magic circle and chain 3. So now to finish off round 1 of your granny triangle, you want to take your straggler end or your tail here and you simply want to pull this. So pull this nice and tight and this will close up your granny triangle. So once you have closed up your magic circle, this is what you should have. And now the final thing that we're going to do for round 1 is we're going to work a slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 that we worked at the very beginning. So at the beginning of this round we chained 3 and this counted as our first double crochet, and we're going to work a slip stitch into this stitch or into the top of the chain 3. So you want to insert your hook into the top of this chain 3, so into the 3rd chain, and then work a slip stitch. And to do a slip stitch you just want to pull your yarn through and then through again. So we are now done with this colour or this yarn, so we are going to pull out our crochet hook and our yarn, and we can cut this colour now. So take some scissors and cut your yarn, leaving a tail that can be weaved into the back of your granny triangle later. And we are ready to move on to round 2. So we are now on to round 2 of our granny triangle, and we need to begin by attaching a new colour. So I have fastened off my round 1 and this is what I have. So we need to attach a new colour before we begin round 2. And the method that I'm going to use for attaching a new colour is a very secure method, and that will be the method that I use to attach a new colour throughout my granny triangle. So I will show you how to do that now. So we're going to start off by making a slip knot. So to do a slip knot, you want to take your yarn and take your finger, and you want to wrap the yarn around your finger once and then twice. Then take the first loop and pull it over the second loop, and then take the second loop and pull it all the way over your finger. You then want to take your crochet hook, go in through this space and pull tight, and there you have a slip knot. And you now want to take your round 1, and for round 2 we are going to be working into the chain 3 spaces from last round. So into this space and this space. So you want to insert your hook into a random space and then take your new yarn. So this is both pieces, the yarn coming from the ball and also the straggler end of your new colour, and sort of place these over the back of your work, and then using your crochet hook, pick them both up and pull them through. So you should now have 3 loops on your hook, and you want to take this last loop here, so the final loop, and pull this loop and this loop only over the end of your crochet hook. So take the last loop and pull this loop over the end, and this can be quite tricky, so you may need to pull them tight, but pull this over the end of your crochet hook and then pull tight, and there you have attached a new colour. And like I said, this is the method that I will use throughout my granny triangle. So we are now ready to move on to round 2. So for round 2 of our granny triangle, we are going to be working into the chain 3 spaces from last round, and into each chain 3 space we are going to work the same set of stitches. So we are going to do the same thing into each space. But what we are going to do is we are going to start off in this space that we have attached a new colour into, but we are not going to finish off this space here. We are going to start it, work all the way round, and then finish it off at the very end of the round, and that just gives a nicer shape to our triangle. So we want to start off by chaining 2. So chain 1 and 2, and this attaching a new colour and chaining 2 counts as a chain 3. Attaching a new colour counts as chain 1, and this chain 3 counts as 1 double crochet. So we are now going to do 2 more double crochets into the same space. So you want to yarn over and go back into the space and work 1 double crochet and then a second one, like that. And we are now going to chain 1, and like I said, we have started this space and we're going to work all the way around and finish it off at the end. So we have started the space and then chained 1, and we are now going to start working into the next space. And into this next space you want to work 3 double crochets, chain 3, and then 3 more double crochets all into this space. So 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 more double crochets into the space, and that is going to be the same set of stitches that we're going to work into every space. So we're going to yarn over and go into the space and work 3 double crochets, then chain 3, so chain 1, 2 and 3, and work 3 more double crochets into the same space. Like that. And this creates a corner, and we are making a triangle which of course has 3 corners, so that is why we are going to work this into every space. And with a granny square you would work this 4 times because you have 4 corners in a square, but with a granny triangle you only want to work this 3 times as we only need 3 corners. So we are now going to chain 1, so chain 1, and into the next space work the same thing. 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets. So yarn over and go into the space and work 3 double crochets, then chain 3 and 3 more double crochets. So like that, and then you chain 1, and we are back onto the corner or the space that we started in, and we need to finish this off. So we have the equivalent of 3 double crochets in here, but if you remember, our corner or each space has 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 more double crochets. So we need to make up the difference. So we are going to yarn over and go into the space and work 3 double crochets. Then we are going to chain 3. So now we have all of the right parts. We have our 2 sets of 3 double crochets and our chain 3. We just need to connect them. So we are going to go into the top of this chain 3 that we did at the beginning, or we attached a new colour and then chain 2, which counted as chain 3. So you want to go into the top of this chain and then work a slip stitch. So pull the yarn through and then through again like that. So we are now done with this colour, so we can fasten off. So pull out your yarn and hook, cut your yarn, leaving a tail to weave in later, and we are ready to move on to round 3. So we are now on to round 3 of our granny triangle, and this is what we have. We have round 1 and round 2. So we are going to begin round 3 by attaching a new colour or a new yarn, and we're going to do this in the exact same way as last round using the same method. So you want to start off by doing a slip knot, and then you want to insert your crochet hook into one of the corners. So here we have a corner, and here we have a corner, and here we have a corner, and you want to start off by inserting your hook into one of the corners. So I'm going to choose this one here, and then take your new yarn, place it over the back, pull it through, and then take the last loop on your crochet hook, so this one, and pull this over the end of your hook. And this can be a little bit tricky. So I need to hold my yarn like that. And we are ready to move on to round 3. So round 3 is very similar to round 2. If you look at our work now, we have 3 corners, and into every single corner we are going to do the same thing as we did last round. So 3 double crochets, chain 3, and then 3 more double crochets into each corner. So this corner is going to have that set of stitches, this one and this one. But we also now have 3 more spaces. We have this one, and this one. And these spaces are going to form flat sides. So this space is going to form a flat side, and this one and this one. And as we add more and more rounds onto our triangle, we will still have 3 spaces for the corners, but we will have more and more spaces that make up the flat sides. So in the next round, you would have 2 spaces for each flat side. And in the round after that, you would have 3 spaces for each flat side. And into every space that is a flat side, so in between the corners, we are going to work the same thing. So that is going to be 3 double crochets into each space for the flat side. And then in between each set of stitches, so in between the corner, the flat side, the corner, the flat side, we are going to work a chain 1. And in the same way as last round, we are going to start off in this corner, but we are not going to complete it, and then we are going to work all the way around and complete it at the very end. So we are going to begin round 3 by chaining 2, and if you remember from last round, this counts as chain 3, which counts as 1 double crochet. And we are now going to work 2 double crochets into this space, and this will count as 3 double crochets. So this is the start of our first corner, and we're going to finish it at the end of this round. So we are now going to chain 1 as we chain 1 between each set of stitches, and then into the next space, which is a flat side, we're just going to work 3 double crochets. So yarn over and go into the space and simply work 3 double crochets. And every single space that is a flat side, so in between the corners, that is what you want to do. 3 double crochets into the space. So now chain 1, and the next space is a corner. So into the corner, do 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets. So like that, and then chain 1. And now we are back on a flat side, so we're going to do 3 double crochets, and you will get the hang of this as you go along, and it will become really easy to do it. Then chain 1, and in the next space we're back on a corner. So 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets, all into this space for a corner. So like that. So now chain 1, and into the next space we're back on a flat side. So this is 3 plain and simple double crochets. Then chain 1, and we're back on the corner that we started on, and you can see our triangle shape here. So into this corner we just need to finish it off. So we need to do 3 double crochets back into the space. And then chain 3. And we now need to attach this to connect it together. So we're going to do a slip stitch into the chain 3 that we did at the start. So here it's our attach a new colour and chain 2, which counted as a chain 3, which counted as a double crochet. So you want to go into the second chain or the top of this chain 3 and work a slip stitch like that. And we can now fasten off, pull the yarn out and the hook, cut your yarn, and we are ready to move on to round 4. So we are now on to round 4 of our granny triangle, and before we begin round 4, if you quickly have a look at your work, you will see that we have our triangle with a corner here, a corner here, and a corner here. But now last round we had 1 space for each flat side, but now we have 2 spaces, here, 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 and here and here. So 2 spaces are going to make up each side. And like I said, with each round that you do, you will have an additional space on each flat side. So in the next round there will be 3 spaces to make up the side, and in the next one there will be 4, and in the next one there will be 5. So round 4 is going to be worked in the same way as round 3. We're going to start off in one corner, any corner, but we're not going to finish this, and we're going to work all the way around and finish it off at the end of the round. So into each corner we are going to work 3 double crochets, chain 3 and 3 double crochets. That will make up a corner, and then into each flat side you want to work 3 double crochets into each space of the flat side, and then in between each set of stitches you simply do a chain 1. So we are going to do that all the way around for round 4, but before we begin we need to attach a new colour, and we are using the same method as usual. So take your new yarn and start off by doing a slip knot. So then you want to select a random corner, and remember we are always starting off in a corner. So I'm going to go with this one here. So I'm going to go into a random corner, place my new yarn around the back and pull it through. Oops. Then take the last loop or the first loop on my hook and pull this over the end and pull tight. And there I have attached a new colour, and I'm ready to begin round 4. So we are going to begin round 4 by chaining 2 and then working 2 double crochets into the space, and this is starting our corner, and this counts as 3 double crochets. Then chain 1, and we are on a flat side. So into the flat side you want to work 3 double crochets, and then chain 1, and into the next flat side work 3 more double crochets. And chain 1 again, and we're back on a corner. So we're going to do 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets, all into this space. So for round 4, you just want to repeat this all the way around, and it's the same thing as last round, except we have an extra space for each flat side, and into that space you do the same thing as the last one. 3 double crochets into the space, and make sure that you chain 1 between each set of stitches. So here I will do 3 double crochets, then chain 1, then 3 double crochets, then chain 1, then 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1. So just repeat that all the way around for round 4. So I have just worked that all the way around, and I have worked my final 3 double crochets to work my last flat side, and I have chained 1, and I now need to finish off the corner that I started at the very beginning of this round. So far we have 3 double crochets into the corner, so we need to make up the difference. So we need to do 3 more double crochets into this space, and then chain 3. So now we have all of the components of the corner, we just need to connect them. So we need to do a slip stitch into the top of the first, attach a new colour, and chain 2 or chain 3 or double crochet, whatever you want to call it. So we need to do a slip stitch into the top of that. And then we have completed round 4, and before we begin round 5, you want to fasten off. So I am now on to round 5 of my granny triangle. And round 5 is the same concept as all of the other rounds. You're going to start off in the corner by attaching a new colour, work all the way around, and then finish off the corner at the end. And every corner is going to be made up of 3 double crochets, 3 chains, and then 3 double crochets. And then every flat side is going to be made up of just 3 double crochets. And now we have 3 spaces which make up our flat side. 1, 2 and 3, and into each space you just want to work 3 double crochets, and then in between each set of stitches you want to do a chain 1. So that is what we're going to do for round 5. So we need to start off by attaching a new colour. So I've attached a new colour into a random corner, then chain 2, and then work 2 double crochets into the space. Then I'm going to chain 1 as we chain 1 in between each set of stitches, then work 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, then 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets for the corner, chain 1, and the same thing all the way around for round 5. And this is the same thing as we've been doing for the other rounds, it's just we have an additional space for the flat sides. So I have just completed round 5, and I worked that all the way around, and then I finished off round 5 in the same way as we have finished off all of the other rounds by doing 3 double crochets into the corner I started off with, chaining 3 and then working a slip stitch into the top of the first double crochet or the first chain 3 that we made. So that is round 5 completed, and I'm going to stop here with my granny triangle, but you could keep going for as many rounds as you like. You could make this into a humongous blanket if you wanted, and what you just do is you just do the exact same thing as we have been doing. You start off each round by attaching a new colour into the corner and working 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets into each corner, and then 3 double crochets into each flat side with a chain 1 in between each set of stitches. And remember, you start the first corner but finish it off at the end, and you want to do that all the way around for as many rounds as you want, and with each new round that you do you will have an extra space for each side, so each side will become longer. So I'm now going to show you how to do a quick bobble border for your granny triangle. So you want to start off by flipping your triangle so that you have it on the wrong side. So we are going to work our border along the wrong side, and then from the front it will look like it's the correct way. And we are going to start off by attaching a new colour. So I have flipped my triangle and attached a new colour, and for our border we are going to be working into the stitches, so into the actual stitches rather than the spaces. So I have attached a colour into a random stitch somewhere along my triangle. like that, and this is the same method as I've used throughout my triangle. And we are now going to work a single crochet into the same stitch. So into the same stitch as we have just attached a new colour, we are going to work a single crochet. So to do a single crochet, you insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, and then yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook. So that is one single crochet, and we are now going to work a single crochet into the next stitch along. So into the next stitch, work a single crochet. So there's 2 single crochets. So now into the next stitch, we are going to work a treble crochet. So we've done single crochet, and now we are going to do a treble crochet. So to do a treble crochet, you yarn over twice. Insert your hook into the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 more loops, and yarn over and pull through the final 2 loops. So that is one treble crochet. So we did single crochet, treble crochet, and you want to repeat that all the way along for the border. So repeat those 3 stitches again and again and again and again all the way around. So into the next stitch, I'm going to work a single crochet, then I'm going to do a single crochet into the next, but into the next I'm going to do a treble crochet. And for a treble crochet, you yarn over twice. Then I'm going to do single crochet, so that's 2 single crochets, and then into the next stitch, another treble crochet, and just repeat that all the way along. So when you come to the corner, we are going to do something a little bit different. As if we carried this stitch across, we would end up with a rounded corner. So I've worked into the last stitch, but then when I reach the corner, I'm going to do 3 single crochets, 3 chains, and then 3 single crochets, all into this space to make a corner. So this is the same as we have done before, but we did it with double crochets, and we are now going to do it with single crochets for our border. Okay, so I worked my border all the way around, so that was worked on the wrong side of the bunting or the granny triangle, and I did a treble crochet, then single crochet, and then when I came to the very edge, I did 3 single crochets, chain 3, and then 3 more single crochets into the corner space. And you want to work that into every single corner space, and that gives you more of a corner. So I have made several of my granny triangles, and I have connected them together with a piece of yarn. So that is it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and found it easy to follow. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel for more crochet videos, and thanks again for watching. Bye!